What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Bulls Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, we're doing some very disappointing injury news around Lonzo Ball as he is expected to miss a good amount of time. So we'll talk about that first off on today's show. And then this man right here, Patrick Williams. Is it time to bench Patrick Williams, and is this experiment over? A lot of Bulls fans are talking, so I want to give you guys my thoughts on that as well. But before we do so, if you guys want to wish the Bulls some good injury luck for the rest of the season, just hit that thumbs up icon. You know, injuries are the worst part of all sports, so if you guys want to get the good vibes, head into our Bulls players' ways. Hit that thumbs up icon if you want the Bulls to stay healthy. So the news broke late last night at 7:45 p.m. time, and Shams tweeted out, Bulls say Lonzo Ball suffered a right wrist sprain and will miss at least 10 days. And this is obviously very disappointing, and honestly, I expect him to miss at least 2 weeks. I don't think the Bulls are going to rush him back whatsoever, but, you know, my initial reaction to this, I wasn't even pissed. I was not, upset about, the injury in terms of impacting the Bulls roster. Like, I just feel bad for Lonzo. Like, right when he is getting back and right when he is, finally getting his feet under himself yet again, he has to deal with another injury. Now, obviously, this is not, his knee, so that's a great sign there, but it's just like another little thing he's going to have to pay close attention to, and the Bulls medical staff is going to have to pay attention to this, and I just feel bad for him because, I'm not saying he was off to a great start to the year, but in limited time, I thought he was pretty impactful. Like, he's getting his feet back under himself. I think that's a big reason why the field goal percentage is a little down, but I thought we felt his impact, like 4.7 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 3.7 assists per game. You still see that playmaking that is so valuable in the modern day NBA, and Lonzo has that. A big 6'6" guard, can push the ball in transition, can really beat guys off the dribble still at a very, very high level. He's just an offensive generator, and, I think the Bulls with this injury, like, just be patient with it. Like, we're not competing for championships this season. We're not, going to go on a deep playoff run. Like, might as well just be patient with Lonzo. He's got 1 year left on his deal. I'm sure with how patient the Bulls have been in the past, I think he would actually come back to Chicago. I'm not saying on a massive discount, but maybe he signs like a 3-year, $30 million deal this offseason. I don't know what his market would be, but I think the Bulls just need to be patient with him. Give him that chance to, fully recover from this wrist injury. You don't want to risk this and then have him, re-aggravate it, potentially break that wrist in the future. And plus, like, the Bulls guard rotation, like, I'm a big fan of it. All four of these guys are under 27 years old. You got 3 of them under the age of 24. Like, Josh Giddey, I think he's a pretty damn good starting point guard. Lonzo, I think he's a great point guard to have off the bench. And then I love the yin and yang that Kobe White and Ayo offer, where Kobe's a more offensive-minded guard and Ayo's a more defensive-minded guard. And I love this core for this Bulls team. Like, if you had to pinpoint anything that I'm excited to build around for the future, it's got to be the young guard rotation. They all complemented each other's games very well. They all have very good size, all of them being 6'4" and up. I just think it's a very good guard rotation. And Lonzo getting hurt, it's going to be curious to see who steps up. Will Talon Horton-Tucker step up, maybe be the backup guard? Could we see Javon Carter get more minutes? I would prefer not those minutes to go to Carter and rather go to a younger guy, maybe even a DJ Stewart. My whole goal of this season is to get the young guys more reps, and maybe Lonzo getting hurt will offer up another opportunity for another young Bulls player. But stand up, Bulls Nation, for me in the comment section. Show Lonzo Ball some love. Type his jersey number. Type those 2s down below as just a brutal injury for Lonzo, and I wish nothing but the best for him. So type those 2s down below in the comment section. Now, coming up next here on the show, should the Bulls trade Patrick Williams? A lot of people have been talking about this on Bulls Twitter and in the comment section after his terrible start to the NBA season. So we'll talk about that here in a second. But first off, I do want to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. And when you guys download the Prize Picks app today, plug in promo code CLNS. You guys will get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Now, what is Prize Picks? Prize Picks is the best way to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. All you do is pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Now, Prize Picks is my favorite way to add any more juice to whatever basketball game you are watching. And you guys can actually win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Now, I actually have a lineup for the slated games in the basketball league tonight, where I'm going to take the less on Nikola Vucevic's points. I'm going to take the more on Kobe White's points, set at 18.5. Then Banchero, he's been off to a hot start. I'm going to take his more on 40.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Then also Jalen Suggs, one of the best defensive guards in the NBA. I'm going to take his more on half a block. But if you guys want to fade my picks or tail my picks, I just suggest you guys do so at Prize Picks. So download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Prize Picks, run your game. So we got to address Patrick Williams' contract here first in terms of benching him because, let's just say the Bulls do go out there and they bench Patrick Williams. You're pretty much admitting right away you were completely wrong about this contract. And this contract, it goes all the way into 2028 when he has a player option. I mean, that is 4 seasons after this one that he is still on the books for $18 million per season. But why are Bulls fans freaking out? Why would we consider benching a guy where we just gave him a 5-year, $90 million deal? Well, his stats are terrible. He does not look the part, and the numbers don't lie. I mean, this is just jaw-dropping stuff right here. In almost 30 minutes a game, this dude has been just pitiful on the basketball court. 6.8 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2 assists, but this is the kicker. The field goal percentage is just awful. 27.8% from the field and 29% from downtown. I will say he did start off last season struggling, very similar fashion to what he is doing this year, but I just don't see it with him. And, I hate throwing this question out there because it's kind of, insinuating that this player just does not care, but I don't know if he does. Like, when I watch him, I don't see the intensity. I don't see, him diving on the floor for 50-50 balls. And, it is such a brutal question to ask if one of your young and up-and-coming players who should be hungrier than any other player on this roster, and we're asking, does he care? Like, does he care about basketball? Is this his top priority in his life? It just does not seem like it. But if I want to play devil's advocate with Patrick Williams, I would say this. I do think he needs the ball more. I think he has been too much of a corner boy on offense, and I just feel like he gets disengaged where he just frankly just does not care. And I think when you eventually, hopefully, trade Zach LaVine, that should open up more shots, should increase his usage rate a whole lot. So maybe then we'll see more from Patrick Williams, but he just got to do more. He's just got to be more active. Even if he's not getting the ball, you got to find other ways to impact the game. And I'll never forget one of my high school coaches, as when I was playing basketball back in the day, I was pretty strictly a 3-point shooter, but my coach always told me, like, well, how are you impacting the game when your shots aren't falling? I got to ask the same thing to Patrick Williams. What do you do when you're not in the ball offensively? And Bulls fans are already calling for rookie Matas Buzelis to get in the lineup. Because look at the top of your screen. The biggest joke of the Bulls season so far is the minutes per game that number 14 has gotten. 5.9. 5.9 for the 10th or 11th overall pick in the NBA draft. That's a joke. Like 1.2 points per game. I mean, honestly, the stats don't even freaking matter because he just hasn't played. And I asked the Bulls this. I asked Billy Donovan this. What is the goal of this season? Are we trying to develop our young talent? Are we trying to win a championship? Because you're telling me we're trying to win a championship, I got serious concerns, already more than I have on this front office and this coaching staff. So, Billy Donovan, you got to wake the hell up. Like, who cares? Like, I was just saying, the contract's got to play involved here. Who cares? Just play the players who you think give you the best chance to win. And if Patrick Williams is going out there and shooting tour dates, bench him. Like, just bench him. Like, I don't care about the contract. I don't care about his personal problems anymore. Like, his body language, he's lethargic out there, and I know Matas would get in there. He plays 110%. He'll be diving on the floor for loose balls. He'll be a better defender than Patrick Williams. I know that 110%. And the thing that drives me crazy, he's got all the intangibles. He's got all, the physical attributes you could ask for a 3-and-D player in the NBA. What does he do with it? He couldn't guard even me out there on the basketball floor. He can't shoot the basketball. He is just a massive, massive net negative. So I'll ask you guys this. Pick a starter for me. Matas Buzelis or Patrick Williams. Type their jersey numbers on whatever player you guys would start down below in the comment section. Actually, very curious to see what you guys are going to have to say. But also, I'm on Twitter, @PatSeeps. Give me a follow over there, and we'll see you guys next time. As always, go Bulls.